Charlie.
Reload.
We're taking Echo.
Objective taken. Lethal measure.
Charlie secure. Friendly UAV on station. Securing Charlie. UAV standing by. Securing objective Bravo. Got it. Counter UAV. Ready for that.
UAV is active. Hostile.
Is down. Enemy UAV active. We're losing.
AGI, here we go, locked and loaded. I incited. Welcome to my series, Verbalizing My Violence. Once in a while, the purpose of this is to do a think aloud, a think through, where I take a look at gameplay, analyze my gameplay. What did I do well? What did I do poorly? What can I do better? Pretty much those three things. So I paired up with that player right there just to see what he was going to do, see if he was going to take a path or something new that I can learn from him. But I see that he's going someplace. I'm not exactly sure where. So, of course, being an objective player, I got on B. Normally, I would push C or E. The purpose of C is midfield, and obviously that has a lot of advantages. And E, just to have the other team, the enemy team, not pushing up with as many people as possible because they're going to be distracted by somebody capping a location. I did a poor job of clearing that corner. Here I get killed by an APC. Okay, great, no problem. That's just part of the game. I knew he was there based on the map. I wanted to see if I could get a drill charge on him. So now APC has my attention, right? Obviously. So I want to make sure that I get this off the board as soon as possible. So that's the double kill. This mine that I put down didn't disable the APC. So it means it's still active. So I'm not going to push forward with people spawning in the random location. Now, if you notice, this player pushed through the door and started shooting at me through the wall. I find that very strange. You know, was he wall hacking? I wouldn't be surprised. As we're learning nowadays, for those of you that follow Call of Duty news, all top players in the top 100 in the CDL were actually cheaters. Pretty much. If not all of them, then 99 of them. Pretty much. Which is something that I knew. Aimbot, wall hacks, or, any combination of the both, sad. So for myself, I don't cheat. I abhor it, meaning I hate it intensely. So again, I just want to keep pushing towards the enemy side and capture objectives because that's how you win games. You don't, you can have 100 kills and, 5 deaths, for example, but that really doesn't do anything for your team. It's the team that has the most objectives capped for the most amount of time. When the timer runs out, that wins the game. So again, I'm cautious of this APC. I notice it's still active. The turret is turning. So that means somebody inside. So here the Riveter does a great job at range. I'm using the ball ammunition. I'm upset with myself for losing this fight. I think I had to push myself a little harder. It's the importance that I'm learning of warming up before a game, so that my hands are, they do what I want them to do. Just like any sport, right? You warm up before you play soccer, or before you play basketball, or whatever sport you're going to play, especially if you play it seriously. So it's the same thing here. So I'm trying to suppress the players at C. I was able to tap or catch somebody, the person who was just cleaning off C, standing around to see what happens. I think the next play for me is going to be B. I noticed that there are some people around, so I figure, okay, usually I don't have a problem with getting on the point, but it always helps if you have people there. So again, notice, I didn't notice this vehicle down here, trapped, stuck, which happens. Sometimes you'll see a vehicle on a map. It'll be red on the map, but it's actually your vehicle. Or it's an enemy vehicle, but it's blue on the map.
Radio detected.
So here I want to push E.
UAV in the area.
I saw a sniper glint out in the distance, so I want to be as careful as possible.
Echo.
So this door right here, uh, let's call that the electricity side door. That's where they spawn, through that, beyond that wall. But this is usually where people are going to peek from, usually, because you'll see somebody will come to the point, and here he is right here. He came in through another door. So with the vest that I'm running, I don't have two mines at my disposal. So because those two players were staying together, that's very important. They was able to get that kill. Obviously, I killed the first person, but the second person is going to catch you weak, is going to catch you reloading, or is going to hit you from a different angle. So that's one of the benefits of staying together with your team.
Securing a
So I'm able to catch this player here. And again, this is their spawn. So I catch people now here transitioning. Possibly they spawned on E. That took more shots than necessary. Got to work on my aim. Possibly they spawned here
We're taking Echo.
Objective taken.
and they were moving on to the next objective, most likely A.
Lethal measure.
So again, back to basics, right? So again, notice how somebody right there just ate that mine.
Friendly UAV on station.
So now I'm down to one at that door, and I see a lot of people on the map. I got to be careful. And here they come. That's exactly the area that they spawn at, and that's the place that most people are going to peek. Enemy player was distracted. That's great for me. And I'm able to get the jump on the third or the fourth attacker. But again, you can't fight everybody, right?
We're taking
As we see. You have a player pushing over. He's in an overwatch position. Thermal scope. People attacking from different angles. That's difficult to deal with.
Mission parameters are to eliminate all hostile threats.
So here my team captured all points, all 3 points starting from outside. Great. Just want to make sure that E,
friendly Overwatch.
or rather C, is going to be clear,
Taking Delta.
because you always have stragglers. So now I see a team is pushing up. Great. I see a tank. Got to go after that. Can't let that tank roam around. But unfortunately, the tank takes me out, although I'm able to drill it. So hopefully somebody else on my team would have noticed that and killed the driver.
Hostile Mosquito is online. Hostile SAE.
I'm on enemy side. The M4 is a great gun. Has a decent amount of wobble, but it can be very effective. So here, I got the Wilson.
Hostile counter.
Now, what I don't know is what killed the Wilson so quickly. What destroyed the Wilson? Why was the Wilson destroyed so fast? I have no idea.
The enemy holds the
That was possibly one of the best places you can use it. All of the enemies are clustered
area.
in one area, meaning E, and it's on their side. So that's when you can use it, make it most effective. So again, that's that area where people spawn at. I think a death or two ago, I was looking at the same location. So I want to keep that suppressed
Overwatch Kilo.
so that my team has the space to cap E. Keep an eye on that window. So finally we got E. Now it's time to move.
We're taking Bravo.
So we're coming now. They want to push C. So of course I say, listen, the scores where people on my team are starting to play the objective, it looks like. So this game is now winnable, being that we just had 4 points and the enemy team only had 1. So with a bit more effort, we can possibly win the game. So I want to be cautious of this white warehouse because that's their spawn. Either outside on the bottom floor, and this is a juggernaut,
Enemies deployed.
recon jug. Either outside on the bottom floor, or they're going to be spawning in B, coming out of that sewer area. I don't know the correct term for that particular place. Excuse me. I don't know the correct term for that particular place. But essentially, that direction is where they're going to be coming from. Nice. So again, it is as if the board has flipped. Before we had A through D, now we have E through B.
Friendly SAE inbound. Hostile cruiser
And it should be
incoming.
easier because we have people coming from two directions. Our home base plus everybody else that's out on the field. So again, just trying to be cautious, looking for stragglers. There are always people just sitting around, pretty much doing nothing that become active and want to capture an objective once they see themselves in a losing position.
Enemy
So here we got a
securing
vehicle.
Charlie.
Absolutely have to pay attention to these transport vehicles. Trying to take care of this player. Now, this was an objective play. He even has a field upgrade that helps him cap. You know, just an organized squad of that mentality would go a long way. But unfortunately, you will find that kind of player to be few and far in between. Trying to clear off C. Somebody else caps and I get killed. Now, this person actually parachuted in. You can't predict everything. That's just the nature of the game. You know, I don't cheat. I abhor cheating. I hate it. I'm sure I mentioned that.
Objective taken.
So you can't see things, or you don't have some type of program that aims for you or helps to aim.
Friendly UAV on station. Enemy securing Charlie.
So I want to fall back to D. Just close this hole. Keep this area right here as a part of our territory. Jump over. Catch a player here. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing. Maybe he was AFK. I don't think so.
We're taking Bravo.
But I put a mine on that side specifically because that's where they spawn at. As you see that player again coming from that side, right? Maybe he was going to try to come around and come through under the flag. But that's the side that they spawn on. So somebody called in a mortar strike, which is a good move. Trying to keep the enemies from capping. Possibly it was this player right here. And you also put down some scatter mines.
We control Delta.
Trying to give ourselves an advantage in case we are attacked.
Echo.
So now they have B. So again, if you take a look,
Friendly counter UAV.
before we get to this white warehouse, there's, as I call them, stragglers.
Drop inbound.
And this person is here just lingering around,
Counter UAV is active.
possibly just
Objective Bravo.
out for kills. Not necessarily playing an objective, but this is a person who will cap. If you leave him alone and don't pay attention to him, he will turn the game around. Or at least capture an objective, and then people start spawning on that point. So now you got to start over and recap.
Face compromised.
So here I'm trying to call in my counter UAV, but for some reason I can't. It's not like a VTOL jet. There are too many in the air at that time. So I don't know why I couldn't activate it.
Taking Alpha.
So there's a play up top. I want to re-angle.
Securing Bravo. Friendly cruise missile.
And I know he's behind cover, right? So either he's going to be behind this green box or behind that white rectangular structure. So he was behind that green box up top. So now finally I'm able to call in
Securing objective Alpha.
the UAV, the counter UAV, excuse me. Great. So let's push the enemy side. So again, they're pinched. How are they pinched? Because we have people coming from the rest of the field and the people on our home base side. So holding A is going to be even more difficult for them.
SAE on the way.
There I was just sniped at. So I'm not sure if that was an enemy player or that was a friendly player who thought I was an enemy. Again, the board flips. They cap what's on their side. But here we have a transport vehicle, the APC, armored personnel carrier. See somebody right here sniping. I'm grateful I was using cover.
Hostile airstrike near your location.
Make it more difficult for me to see. This is my second Wilson, so I want to go in. They're down at E. They're going to be spawning. I want to keep them suppressed, allow my people to push up and possibly even take the objective. Here's the player here, sniping.
Soft target.
So this is my chance right here. This is where I pop the Wilson.
We're losing Charlie.
And there's a player right here because this is a high traffic area. Now this player does a good job of using cover to his advantage, but then he makes a mistake. And this is a lesson for me that he began to run in a straight line. And you're not going to run away from a bullet at that velocity, coming at you at that velocity. Now there that makes sense, right? The reason why the Wilson was destroyed is because the player was able to stick it with a
Friendly cruise missile.
thermite. Great.
30 seconds left. Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
So now I want to start to attack E. And I happen to see the person that threw the thermite, I believe. Great. Not that I was looking for him specifically. I saw him initially. And I was able to attack him and win the fight. Now, this is a better place back here in this warehouse. This warehouse here, for the people that have their home base at A, this is where they spawn for E. Now, in attacking E, most people will stand right there by that door, GG. Most people will stand right there by that door. That's a bad location. This is a better location to attack E from. So that's it. Here, I hate this kill streak right here, this drone. There's really no defense against it.
Mission complete. Entering sleep.
30 and 11, that's not bad. It's a KD of about 3. And inshallah, I'll see you all in the next one.